excited that you're here. Today's yoga practice, we are going to be taking a leaf out of the Hot Yoga playbook. So if you've ever been to a Bikram class, or if you've ever been to something called the 26 and 2 class, then these poses, the sequence is going to look a little bit familiar. And if you have never been, that's totally okay. This is inspired by, modified by, this is a shorter version of that 26 and 2 class. So let's go ahead and get ready. Find yourself standing tall on the mat, toes and heels touching. And I'm gonna walk you through 2 types of breathing exercises. Choose the one or two, whichever you prefer, that you get the nice stretch in that feels good for your body. So let's go through this together just to see how it feels. So arms down by your sides. Inhale, lift the arms up. And at the top of your inhale, arms touch. Interlace the fingers, and as you exhale, slowly bring the palms down, the front center line of the body, as though you're pressing water down. And at the bottom, just release and do that motion again. So that's the first pranayama breathing exercise option. This is the second one. So interlace your hands on knuckles underneath your chin. Your elbow points down. So again, imagine bringing the elbows out to the sides. Inhaling, lifting out of the waist. Holding here at the top. And as you exhale, just softly bring the gaze back. You're going to want to bring the elbows together to touch at the ends, at the bottom of the exhale. And as you inhale, we're going to repeat that cycle again. Okay, so there are 2 options. The first breathing exercise that I learned is a little bit gentler, but you can still get a nice stretch in the side body and the armpits and really be mindful of that breath. So the second one is a little bit more Bikram style. You might feel it's a little bit more intense, especially on the neck, and getting the elbows to touch, but sometimes you might want that intensity. Feel it out, and let you decide, and let's go ahead and get started. So inhale, lift the arms, open to the sides, lifting out of the side body, looking up, and as you exhale, interlace the hands, bring the palms down slowly, releasing the stale air. And inhale, arms out to the sides, lifting up slowly, consciously. Interlace the hands and exhale, breathe out the air. Fold the palms down. And inhale, release the arms, lifting them up. Sucking in the belly, and interlace the hands and exhale slowly, palms down. With control, with mindfulness. Inhale, arms up to the sides. Can't lift anymore, interlace the hands and exhale slowly, lower the palms. Lower the front ribs down and in, and can you keep a nice little suction tightness in the belly? Inhale, arms up. Interlace the hands, and exhale, slowly. Imagine pressing gravity down, releasing the fingers at the end, and inhale, we'll go up. Circling the arms overhead, interlace the fingers, and exhale. I want you to think of yourself moving a ball of energy down, and inhale, arms up. Feel that nice stretch in the side body and the armpits. Interlace the hands and exhale. Bring the palms down. Really being mindful and conscious. And one more time, inhale, arms up. Interlace the hands and exhale slowly. With measurable control, care and attention, and release the fingers down by the sides. You might want to roll the shoulders out. Inhale, arms up. Interlace the hands, release the index fingers, and cross your thumbs. You're gonna find, now, if this hand position is a little bit too intense for you, you can also do the butterfly fingers, so just crossing the fingers and reaching up. There's a lot of strength in our thumbs, so you're still gonna feel that nice stretch, but it all depends. So get your head and arms in the same line. Inhale, lifting out of the sideways, out of the lower half of the body. Can you breathe in any more air? And as you exhale, over to the right side. And bring the right hip back and the left hip forward. Our hips want to move a little bit in what we call half moon pose in the Hot Yoga series. So just try to keep them level. Inhale. Reach the fingers over to this side and exhale over. Inhale back to center. Taking a breath here, readjusting. Exhale, soften the belly. And inhale, lifting out of the waist, making yourself as long as possible. And then exhale over to the left this time. So bring the right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. And again, with the hips, bring the right hip back, left hip forward, just to even out everything. Inhale, reach the fingers over to the left side and exhale down. And inhale back. Now we're gonna do a little bit of back bend, and I'm just moving myself so you can sort of see. With your head and arms in the same line, again, inhale, lift the arms up. And as you exhale, just softly look back behind you if that's okay for your neck. And if you're good here, exhale, point the fingers as though it's drawing a line on the ceiling and look back. Keeping your butt, your glutes tight and engaged, so kind of squeezing the butt and moving your hips forward. And inhale back to center. So it's nothing, anything too exaggerated, but just trying to get a little bit of a back bend going. Inhale, lift the arms up, and exhale, you're gonna release, swan dive down into your standing forward fold. So you might want to pedal out the heels. And then we're gonna scoop our heels with our palms. So place the palm on the left heel, place the left palm on the left heel, and step the left heel down. We'll do the same thing with the right heel. Keep your hips bent, keep your knees bent. Relax the neck, and as you inhale, begin to straighten the knees. Keep the elbows pointing backwards. If you find they're kind of edging out, try to point them backwards if you can, if you'd like. And relax the neck so you're looking down at your feet, or just wherever feels natural. Now you might want to shift some weight into your toes as you straighten your knees. Doesn't have to be a lot. We're just working on feeling a little bit of sensation down our calves. We might not be completely warmed up for standing forward fold at all either. As you inhale, feel the upper half of your body dangle over the lower half. And use that breath to sink a little bit deeper into this pose. What other breath calms you, use it. Just keeping it regular, focusing on one breath in and one breath out. Slowly release the heels. Inhale, flat back. And as you exhale, bow and slightly bend the knees and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Your neck is going to come up last. And step your feet out about hip width distance. You're going to come into chair pose, or what we call awkward series in the hot yoga class. So inhale, lift the arms parallel to the floor. Point the fingers forward. And as you exhale, bend your knees and sit back into your imaginary chair. So in the Bikram chair, we want to sit a little bit deeper if we can. It's going to activate some fire and some sensation in our thighs. So you don't have to go all the way down, but just to feel some sensation. Inhale, slowly stand. This time we're going to float and come up into our tippy toes. So resting on the balls of our feet, strengthening our ankles as we move into this variation of awkward pose. So as you exhale, bend your knees, keep the heels lifted, and sit back into that imaginary chair again. I did some bicycling, so my thighs are really feeling it. Inhale, slowly rise. Woo. And if you lose balance, that's okay. So this time, knees together to touch. Your heels are a little bit raised from the floor. And as you exhale, imagine you're sliding yourself down an imaginary wall. So try to do a slower count if you'd like, but if you can't really control the descent, if your thighs are a little bit screaming at you, you've been working them out a lot, just come find me, almost to the floor. So point the knees down, and you want to keep an inch or two of space between your hips and your heels. And if you need to rest on the heels, that's totally okay too. This is a really nice series for strengthening our ankles, our core, our knees. So spreading some gratitude for this. Inhale, slowly pressing away from the floor with your toes. Whew. And that's our awkward series for the day. Now we'll do standing head to knee pose. I'm using all of the pose names from the Hot Yoga series. So yeah, it brings back good memories. So shift the weight into the left foot, soft bend in the left knee. Inhale, bend the right knee in towards your face. You're going to interlace the hands underneath the right foot. And this is already our pose. We're already doing the pose here. Press the left big toe on towards the floor. Notice where your weight is distributed on that left foot. If it's towards the outside of the foot, press the big toe in a little bit further. You don't need to lock out your standing leg. I like to have a soft bend, especially for my weaker leg. My stronger leg, it's okay if I lock it out a little bit before I start to move through this asana. So you decide what you need today. When your standing leg feels stable, as you exhale, kick that right foot out forward in front of you. Flex the right toes towards your face. You're looking for a parallel leg, 90-degree angle. And we're in standing head to knee pose. Another step, another level if you'd like. So when you flex the right toes in towards you, you're going to feel more of a stretch in the calf. You're going to feel more toning there. And then the thigh. Exhale, bend the right knee, stand up, and slowly release the foot and place the right foot down. Shift the weight into the right foot. Inhale, left knee in towards you. You're going to begin to interlace the hands underneath the left foot and stand here. Take this moment right now to notice your balance. Again, pressing that right toe in towards the floor. Noticing how it feels when you have a soft bend, when you have more of a straighter knee. What makes you feel more stable? What makes you feel more balanced? A softer knee can give you some room to play with if you're finding yourself not able to balance or stay still. And that all depends. Sometimes we use one leg more than the other. And if you're here and you're comfortable and you like to come with me, as you exhale, kick that left foot out forward in front of you, parallel to the floor, so not higher, not lower. Flex the left toes in. You want to feel that heel really kicking out. You're going to touch something in front of you. You can lock out the right leg if you'd like, a little bit. Not anything too extreme, but something for a little bit more stability. And then shift your weight into the right toes if you can. And breathe here. And slowly bend the left knee in towards you and release that left foot. So now we're going into dancer's pose, which is, you could consider the peak of the standing series. So inhale, draw the right knee in towards you, and as you exhale, point the right knee down towards the floor. Your right heel is going to be close towards your glute, and you can grab onto the inside of the right ankle with your right hand. Oof. It's like wondering when I was going to mix it up. Inhale, lift the left arm up towards the sky, knees together to touch. And again, with that work that we did with our standing head to knee pose, begin to become aware of how your standing leg is feeling in space. And the trick with dancer's pose is, and so inhale, lift the left arm up, and as you exhale, begin to slowly kick that right leg back and up behind you. The same principles stand for standing head to toe, head to knee, and dancer's pose. You can have a soft bend in that standing leg if that helps you keep your balance, or you can even straighten it if that helps you. It doesn't really matter how far, how low you go. If you stay here and this is a lot, then that's great. If you've done dancer's pose before, continue to kick that right foot back and out. You don't need to lower your chest, but keep it high and elevated. And as you exhale, slowly return back to center. Nice little back bend, standing balancing pose, all in one. Such a great pose. So this time again, left knee in towards your chest, and as you exhale, bring the left knee down so that the left foot touches your bum. Left hand in the inside of the left ankle, and inhale, lift the right arm up. Keeping the right fingers activated. Notice what's going on with that standing leg. Inhale one more time, and exhale, kick that right foot back and up. Keep the chest high and elevated to start. Moving by degrees, seeing how everything feels. You might need to wiggle. So if you wiggle, what can you do to stay in balance, right? And this is why what we're learning on the mat, we take off the mat. When we're feeling out of balance, how can we stay in balance? How can we not let it ruffle us and our calm and our determination and our focus? Kick that back foot up one more time, and inhale, slowly return back to center, releasing everything. Whew. All right, so standing at the short edge of the mat, step the right foot about 5 feet distance, maybe a little bit more. Your toes are parallel with each other, so imagine you're drawing a line with the second toe. They should meet it. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead, and as you exhale, begin to fold forward, hinging from the hips. Grab onto the outsides of your heels with your palms, again stepping down on the fingers with your heels. So in our wide-legged straddle fold, it's okay if you need to bend your knees. You can have a wider stance as well. If you're very close to the floor, your forehead is about to touch, you can widen out the stance to get there. So what we're really feeling for, tuning in, is again stretching the backs of our legs. So if you're feeling that, you're doing it. And so if you've been doing this practice a lot, your head may be closer towards the ground. And if this is new to you, it makes sense why You might be having more space, and if you're finding that your body can come down naturally, then that's really cool too. So as you inhale, really filling the lungs with air, and as you exhale, releasing that energy back. Always throughout this practice, focus on that one breath in and that one breath out. Inhale, slowly release the heels and come back to stand. We're going to place our hands on our hips. You might want to heel toe the feet in closer if you had them at a wider stance, and then turn out the right toes. Bend the right knee. Again, you might need to readjust and find that nice stance. Imagine we're coming into warrior two, so that left foot is really pressing firmly against the floor. You have a nice bend in that front in the right knee. Inhale, lift the arms out into a T shape. And as you exhale, we're just going to pivot the arms and place that right elbow in front of the right knee and come into what in hot yoga is the triangle pose. Inhale, lift the left arm up, not leaning on the right leg, but keeping a nice elevation here. And see if you can move the left rib cage back. So inhale, lifting the left arm up towards the sky. Looking up. Finding yourself placing too much weight on that right foot. Maybe press that left foot back in towards there. And inhale, coming back into that T shape, straighten that right knee. And then pivot on the heel. And then pivot the left heel out to the side, and we're just going to mirror that triangle pose on the left leg. So bend into that left stand, the left knee. Taking an inhale here to set everything, reset. And as you exhale, just pivot the arms, placing that left elbow on the inside of the left knee and looking up towards the sky. So noticing what is coming up for you right now in this pose. There's a lot. It's demanding of you. And if you're not feeling it anywhere, you can bend a little bit deeper into that right, into that left knee. Inhale, lift up, and as you exhale, just bring that right rib cage back. And inhale back to center. Pivot that left foot towards the middle of the mat. Hands on your hips. We'll heel toe back. So we're going to move right on towards the floor and come into a mini shavasana. No, we're not at the end of class. We are giving ourselves a little bit of a break. So palms up towards the floor, turn out the toes. In a 26-2 class, you get a 2-minute shavasana in the middle to break out the standing series and the floor series. We'll take a few breaths in through the nose. And exhale, sign it out through the mouth. Parting it through your lips softly. With grace, with gratitude for the breath, for that life force, that vitality in you. Inhale, draw the right knee in towards you. Interlace the hands underneath the right knee. And as you inhale, press down on that right shin. Keep pressing until the right knee is almost about to touch that right shoulder. In wind removing pose, this is a great one for digestion. You can keep your chin slightly tucked if that feels better for your neck. Exhale, slowly release the right knee, and then inhale, left knee in towards your chest. Interlace the hands on the left shin. And again, as you inhale, use that breath and press down so that the left knee is touching that left shoulder, both shoulder blades on the floor, and you're bringing that left leg on the outside of the rib cage as well. So you have really open hips, Or if you want to have really open hips, this is a good pose as well. Requiring shoulder strength. And slowly release the left knee, and now bring both knees together and grab onto the outside elbows with your hands. Tuck the chin this time a little bit more and begin to squeeze the knees in towards you. It's okay if the tailbone lifts a little bit. Just giving yourselves a nice spinal massage here. And exhale, slowly release the arms down by your sides. We're gonna roll over and come into our cobra pose. So place the palms underneath the shoulders, chin is on the ground to start. Bring the legs together, toes and heels touching if you can. And inhale, lift the chest, the chin away from the floor, elbow points to the back of the room or the back of the mat. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, staying here. Inhale one more time and exhale, release. Now we'll come into locust pose. Begin to shift the weight. So roll over to one side of the mat and then place the left arm underneath. And then place the right arm underneath your body as well. So you want the shoulders to be really firmly gripping, digging into the floor. As you inhale, we're going to float the right leg parallel to the floor. Point the right toes. Your left leg is not doing anything. We're really focusing on that right leg here. So you want to feel a nice stretch. And as you exhale, release. This time, lift the left leg away from the floor. Point the left toes. Use the strength of your shoulders, keeping you firmly glued towards the floor. Exhale, release. This time we're going to shift the hands closer towards each other so that they're almost touching. You're going to kiss the mat. So just press your lips on towards the mat. And on your next exhale, you're going to float both of the legs away from the mat. Your shoulders should be touching the ground if they can. And just breathe here. Lift the toes and exhale, release. This one's really awkward to cue when you're doing it as well. Whew. Right. Bend the knees, grab onto the outsides of the feet with your hands. And inhale, lift the chest, the chin away from the floor. As you exhale, press the feet back into your hands and kick the feet back and up. Coming into our bow pose. Inhale, lifting the gaze up. And if you can hold it here on the exhale, kick the feet back and up. One more time, inhale, look up, and exhale, kick the feet back and up. And slowly release. Press yourself up. We got a few more poses before the end. So sitting back onto your heels. So inhale, lift the arms up overhead. We're gonna cross their thumbs and just place, we're gonna cross our thumbs and place the palms together. And then exhale, slowly hinging forward over the hips. The slower you go, the more core control you have until the tips of your fingers touch and then your nose and the forehead. So inhale, reach the fingers forward in front of you. And as you exhale, fold a little bit more deeper in our tortoise pose. Nice stretch in the arms. Also, calming ourselves down a little bit. So with each inhale, inch the fingers forward. You get more of a stretch in the arms, toning up the arms, the shoulders. And as you exhale, sit your hips back and towards your heels. And inhale slowly with control, coming back to your starting position. And exhale, release the arms down by your sides. All right. Coming down to our final pose before we end today's class. Bend your right knee and place the right sole of the foot on the inside of the left thigh. As you inhale, arms overhead. And as you exhale, fold over that left leg. Maybe your interlaced hands grips onto the sole of the left foot. You can bring your forehead on the shin. And wherever you are, breathe. So this mimics our standing head to knee pose, but now we're just doing it seated. Giving ourselves a nice little bit of a introspective shape and a little bit of a last final calf stretch. Inhale, coming back to center, and we're gonna switch legs. So this time bend the left knee. So inhale, lift the arms up overhead, flex the right toes, and as you exhale, fold over that right leg. Flex the right toes in towards your face. And as you inhale, imagine the length of your spine, lengthening over the right leg. And as you exhale, surrendering in. Taking a few more breaths. Making them all count. Making the stretch count. Inhale, and exhale, release the arms. And now we'll come into our final shavasana for today. So lying back down on the mat, palms up towards the sky. You can close your eyes if you'd like, or just stare at the ceiling. And we'll take 2 breaths together. Place the left palm on the belly, right palm over the heart. Inhaling through your nose. Suffusing your body with oxygen. And as you exhale, releasing it, letting it go, letting all the waste go. And as you inhale, bring all the good things that you want, all the healing that you need. And as you exhale, releasing what you don't need anymore, what's not serving you anymore. Thank you so much for attending today's hot yoga inspired class. Let me know if you'd like to see more of this in the future in the comments below. Thank you so much, and see you next time.